Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. It is Friday. It is awesome. Weekend is nigh upon us. But before we do anything, I have to do my low, my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. What's my low? Where's my low? You know what? I guess my low is, for whatever reason, lately on Friday, it always takes me even longer. I mean, lately it's been taking me forever to, get out of bed and do stuff. But on Fridays as of late, it's been more egregious. I mean, I don't really have, technically I do have a bunch of stuff to do today. But, I don't know. It's a me thing. But my high is, that is the weekend today. I have much stuff to talk about, including last night's game, and we got a new Hot Ones episode yesterday, folks. Hot Ones Season 12. Technically, Hot Ones Season 28 was back on Monday when Keke Palmer was on. But this was the first episode that they did advertise to start off the new season, even though I'm personally going to call it Season 28, Episode 2, because, yes, that's what it is. I'm excited. Let's get into it, starting with the fact that I was correct about the Bills winning last night, which means for Week 3, my overall record so far is 1-0. Should the week end right now, then my overall would be a 26-7. Obviously, it does. Obviously, there's more games this weekend that I gotta talk about, but for the moment, that's what it is. I'm 1-0 going into this week. Now let me double save my progress, because that's what we do here. We always double save, folks. We do that. So I was actually wrong in terms of why Jason Bateman was on Hot Ones. It's actually because he has a new show on Netflix. What was the name? Hold on, what was it again? All I gotta do is look up Netflix. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, seriously, where is it? I know it just premiered on Netflix yesterday. Why can I not find it? Black Rabbit, that's what it is. It's Black Rabbit. Here's the thing. I knew it had the word black in it, but do you have any idea how awkward it is for a white guy to just repeatedly say black and not know what word comes after that? You gotta be careful about that stuff, But he was promoting Black Rabbit because he's a co-star along with Jude Law. And actually, that was the first question of the episode that Sean asked, which was, playing the chaotic brother dynamic. See, I love Jason Bateman. He's a great actor, and he's been in a lot of great movies. But if you watch his work, you definitely know that he is, for all intents, he's the straight man. He is the straight man. He is like the one person that the audience could most likely relate to in any given scenario, which is great. But it's not very often you get to see Jason Bateman not have that role. Like, to my knowledge, the one time that we ever do see it is in Zootopia, when he plays Nick Wilde, Nick Wilde the fox. And even then, I really wouldn't even call him antagonistic either. It appears that someone slipped something underneath my door. Sorry. But for the most part, actually, hold on. I gotta look what it is. Okay. It wasn't anything major. It's just people testing for pests. Nothing major. I've never had a problem with that since I've lived in this apartment, so we're good. Anyway, so this is very often that we get to see Jason Bateman play like the chaotic brother, and he admitted it was fun to play. They talked about staying grounded during a scene and his psychological trick to staring at like the distinguishing characteristics of someone. Like he'll stare at someone who is like being funny, but also think to himself, "You are ruining this scene." Obviously, not really ruining the scene. He's basically trying to keep himself in a level of, okay, I need to be, grounded. You need to be, focused on the scene. You gotta stay in character. That's actually something that I've been trying to work on myself. Like, normally to keep myself from laughing, I just try and grit my teeth, which works, but probably not good for your teeth. They talked about what's the difference between having a baby, playing alongside a baby, or playing next to a chimp, and the baby was significantly better. Because in terms of the chimp, he was on SNL, and I think when like that episode was just about over, he leans over to the chimp, you give the little chimp a kiss, I guess, and the chimp almost bit off his nose. Like, if it was like even a split second more, Jason Bateman probably would look a lot different. I'll say that right now. They talked about the decline of late night and the rise of podcasts. I mean, listen, podcasts are fun to listen to. I listen to a few podcasts myself, to be sure. But, well, they say the decline of late night because late night television isn't really getting the viewing numbers that, it used to. And listen, yeah, podcasts are great, but there is a very logical explanation why, late night television really isn't getting the views it used to get. I mean, some people probably have to work at night. That's a reason why. And they don't have access to a TV. Actually, that really would be the only logical explanation. Or, you know what? Some people just be too tired and they go to bed before late night television comes on. That's another reason why you wouldn't watch it. That has nothing to do with my point is, there's explanations as to why the viewing numbers are decreasing for late night television that have nothing to do with, the overall quality of said late night television show. If that makes sense. They talked about his time on Little House on the Prairie and how the other kids tried to play a prank on him by giving him like a noogie on actually there was one rumor that Jason Bateman quickly debunked that was his co-stars walked up to him and told him that his character died. Obviously that was the myth that was debunked. But one thing that did happen was his co-stars gave him noogies on his chest, and he walked over to the makeup people. Hey, can you make this look like I have a giant bruise on my chest? Then he went over to those kids' parents, and those kids got in trouble. I mean, listen, that is straight savage. That is awesome, dude. I mean, listen, Jason Bateman's awesome. Well, what do you want? Obviously, Jason Bateman is also a director. They talked about if he has any kind of visual style, and he admits he hasn't really been enough of a director to have a style that he would call his own, but he is a big fan of symmetrical framing. He's also the youngest director to be inducted into the Directors Guild of America. That's really cool. They talked about the process of, green lighting a script to being on the screen. Like, people gotta find the right actor, you need to go to the right genre, you need to find the right audience. And all that's really hard to do. Like, really hard to do. So, yeah. And now we get to the Bombi on Sandy, which was funny. Because it really did look like the question that Sean was asking was if Jason Bateman had anything that was as hot as the bomb. And then Jason Bateman told the story of how he was in Costa Rica and he had something that made his throat close. Like he thought he was gonna die. That was so hot. Basically, it was like a full pepper that wasn't chopped up in a dish he was eating. But yeah, that's what happened. But then Sean asked him if there was ever a biopic made about Tommy Lasorda, the Dodgers. Actually, I have no time. The Dodgers announcer. What he would want to see, and he would say that Brian Cox would play him. And then he talked about a story of how he did a celebrity baseball game. This is back when it actually was baseball, now it's softball. He actually had an inside the park home run. Again, Jason Bateman is awesome. What can I tell you? They talked about the Arrested Development movie being close to being made, and how it was actually going to be the type of movie. It was going to be a movie within a movie. Basically, they were going to make a movie about Arrested Development, and there was going to be a cast where Jason Bateman's character would have to talk to whoever. I think it was Matt Damon who was supposed to play him or something. I don't know, but yeah, it was going to be one of those movie within a movie type movies. And for the last stab, Thermageddon, Sean just simply asked him, what do you think is the key to sustaining creativity? And you know what? I think Jason Bateman had the perfect answer for it. Just remember to set goals for yourself. Think about the stuff that you know you can do. And, focus on maintaining your strengths, but also improving on whatever your weaknesses are. Seriously, when I think about it, that's actually a pretty solid reason for why, not to sound pretentious or anything, but obviously I've been making videos for years now. And in a way, I did sort of set a goal for myself that I'd make a video every day. I like to think I've done a pretty great job of that. But I don't know, sustaining creativity can be hard. It can be. Even when you have a goal like the one I just mentioned that making videos every day. Because, and I've mentioned this on camera plenty of times, there's just some days that I just do not know what I want to talk about. You don't have days like today, for instance, where there's a new episode of Hot Ones that just came out. I can talk about a new episode of Hot Ones. Or there's a One Piece manga chapter. I'll read and react to the One Piece manga chapter. There's a new movie that I saw. That stuff is great, but there are times I just don't simply have that. But as long as the camera's rolling, the show must. Well, I say the camera's rolling. All I do is press the recorder button on my phone. And that's all I do. But that's not to say, it's easy. Again, from the minute I step on or sit back in this chair, do whatever it is I do in front of the camera, like, I'm on. You know, I gotta keep it flowing. You know, I mean, thankfully, I don't think I've really done anything too crazy that would otherwise make me look like an idiot on camera. Thankfully. But you know what? Overall, it has been very rewarding doing this. Nor do I ever plan on stopping. And you know what? And you know what? I gotta also say this as well. Jason Bateman, all throughout the episode, is saying, like, you know, he's a softie, he can't handle spice. His daughters wanted to do it, and they're, like, in the corner, like, smiling at what he's doing. But he actually did a really great job. Like, really good. I mean, it's so funny how people can say they don't have the tolerance to take on the wings of death. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people absolutely have a hard time with these wings. Like Dakota Johnson, for instance. But even they're able to get through it. I mean, listen. As far as I'm concerned, you literally got to go out of your way to try to be as bad as DJ Khaled. Like, you really got to go out of your way to try it. I mean, I can tell you right now, if I were to take on the wings of death, I could get through all 10 of those wings. Not saying it'd be easy, but I could definitely do it. I mean, obviously there's a lot of factors involved, like what the sauces are, because, I mean, listen, pretty much for the most part, season 28's been all but been recorded. They're just going to release each episode weekly. So, don't expect to see some lowly nobody like me on Hot Ones for a long time. But if I was ever asked to do it, I totally would. But yeah, this was a great episode. I'm glad you got to see Jason Bateman. I mean, I hope Black Rabbit winds up being a great series. I can't wait to see Jason Bateman reprise his role as Nick Wilde in Zootopia 2. I'm excited. I hope you liked this video. If you like this video on YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble to make this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy every day. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, for the videos you want to talk to, I'm going to be here to let you always have your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.